can't believe it. I've made it onto the sky subway. The sky subway? Doesn't even make sense. If it's in the sky, wouldn't it be the skyway? Huh. Well, I mean, it could be worse. I could be sitting here talking to that other Steve, you know, about our moms and stuff like that. Yeah, but then the fans might overreact. They might be like, Steve, you've ruined the show. Oh my goodness. You know, I know you have more episodes left, but you've ruined it. You've totally jumped the gun. You didn't answer the questions that I wanted answered. You just, you know, you're telling your own story, God forbid. I was writing this story, not you. What the hell is even a sky subway? I don't know what it is. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Well, fuck it. Time to jump out of the sky subway. Good landing. Hey everybody, welcome back to Laps Kong Fan. I am Steve, at least one of them. So Loki episode 3, what did you guys think? I thought it was great. I know a lot of people were down on this episode for whatever reason. I guess it didn't answer questions that people had quick enough. But I thought it gave us a lot to chew on, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that I thought were really cool in the episode. So first off, spoilers. Right off the bat, that's why I wait for the weekend to let people watch it, you know, and then we can talk about it. Second, like and subscribe. You know, I'm a new channel. I only have a few subscribers. It would be nice if, you know, we could get this growing. So it's going to be a lot of fun once I start delving deep into the comics, because I have no idea about a lot of stuff, guys. I have no clue what to look for and what stories to read and all that. I would like to hear from people, and they could tell me what to, or suggest things, and then I can read. Now I also got some giveaway stuff I'll show you at the end. I have the one Avengers book from the Killing Joke review, but I also got something else with that storyline to talk about after the review. So, all right, let's get into Loki episode 3, Lamentis. That's the moon that they were on, was that they ended up spending most of the episode on, Lamentis 1. I know Lamentis is from the comics. I did a little bit of research on it. It's not something that I ever remember, but I know the Guardians of the Galaxy and Quasar are associated with it, so who knows? It might appear again. The episode was named for a reason. They spent a lot of time on that moon. So let's get into the stuff that I thought, me personally, that I took away from this. I took away the conversations between Sylvie, who we find out is a Loki variant. At least she says so. She said that's not what she goes by anymore. She has an alias of Sylvie. So we can say that I would like to think that they're kind of combining the character of Lady Loki and the Enchantress. She's kind of like a combination of both, because it might be a little bit weird. At first I was like, I hope it's not another Loki, but now I understand, like, kind of, I'll formulate and tell you why in one of my theory parts, but I think I understand why they're doing that. If they introduced a brand new character that had super similar powers to Loki, but she's supposed to be completely different, that might be a little bit weird. So I don't know if that's the route they're going. I have no idea. I have a theory of why that she's actually a Loki variant, but so we get a conversation between them where he's trying to figure out, it seems like, how to do the enchantment, how to do the enchanting. And when they get to Lamentis, the Tempad is out of juice. And she tries to enchant him by touching him. She has to, like, physically touch them and reach into their brain. There's some exposition there. We learn some things, blah, blah, blah. So I read this article from the show, I can't remember his name, but he was really interested in how Rick and Morty do their time travel. It's more interdimensional travel, the show Rick and Morty, and it made me think for a little bit, like, what if this is like that episode where they talk about the simulation inside of a simulation? What if there like multiple enchantments happening? I know it's hard because of what was going on, but it didn't seem like our Loki seemed all that worried about the tempad being broken and not being able to get back with it being the apocalypse in a couple seconds. He seemed pretty okay. I mean, I could be looking too far into it, and it seems cool like that he would have the upper hand because it's, you guys remember, it's Loki's. You know, they lie. They're always 10 steps ahead, or think they are. They always have some sort of plan. They reveal what they want you to hear, but they always have something up their sleeve. And I'm wondering if he really has the actual tempad, or what if he learned how to enchant her, and he's trying to find out what her whole plan is. You know, we find out what happened to C20, that when she was, oh, it's so real, it's so real. Well, we find out that she was enchanted, and that's how Sylvie tried to find out where the timekeepers were and where the elevators were. So the sacred timeline bombing, was it something that is starting the multiverse, which a lot of people thought, or was it what was shown in the episode more of a distraction? It didn't matter where those things were going, just enough of them to get the TVA emptied so she could make her way to the timekeepers, not realizing, you know, not thinking with the Loki what was going on, going to stop her and Ravonna Renslayer. So that's something to think about there. That's some pretty heady stuff. So the reason why I was okay afterwards with the stance of her being a Loki was, I'm thinking that there's going to be an old man Loki. There's going to be 3. That would be cool, because he had, I know, a run in the comics not too long ago. There was a pretty good story, and it was kind of, I've heard there was similar principles or properties to the story. And that would be cool, because you're messing with time here, and we don't know who the timekeepers are, or even if they are space lizards. Does anybody really know if we saw them? You know, has anybody really saw them? Ravonna acts like she has, but is she either hiding something, or has she been duped too? So we don't know. But we did find a real big thing, that everybody at the TVA is a variant. So that's why Mobius is fond of jet skis, and that was with C20 with her margaritas, you know, stuff like that. So that's really interesting. That's going to leave a lot of things open. I mean, what is that? How does that work into it, man? Like, they've had to go back, she said, hundreds of years for a blip of a memory like this. So their stuff has been wiped clean. I mean, what happens when they finally realize that they're actual people and they're not created by the timekeepers? The other thing was, a lot of people were talking about when Loki did that psychic power and put the building back up, did he take the time stone? We've seen him do psychic stuff like that, but it was only with a Roomba, you know, nothing that big. I don't know if it would be, if any of the stones, I know he had his hand on the time stone, but it would make more sense if he took a mind stone, because like everything we've seen with the time stone, it looked like there had to be some sort of something going on with it, unless I'm mistaken. I know Thanos, when he had the gauntlet, he could just do this, but there was like a lot of green light and a lot of stuff. I don't know if the mind stone, if you would have to use an incantation or anything to use it if you're already adept in psychic powers like Loki is. I don't know. But it's a good thought. I think that's cool too, because they've never established, like they did in the comics, that the Infinity Stones only work in where they came from. They only said that they don't work in the TVA, and neither does magic. And they also said that if you take an Infinity Stone out of a timeline, it makes a branch. So it's like, you know what I mean? All these places that have all these Infinity Stones, was that like the timelines that they consolidated at the Miss Minute story? Because it would seem like there's a whole bunch of universes without their Infinity Stones, and shouldn't that throw it into cosmic chaos and all this stuff? And the funny thing is when you talk to the fans, it's like, some of them are having a great time, and I love talking to them, but some, man, they just don't get it. They think like everything they think is what's right, and they're not having fun, like saying, you know, something crazy, you know, and going out on a limb. They're like, no, you're so stupid. It's like, dude, I'm just theorizing. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just having fun with the show. I mean, I don't want to get uptight about a television show. It's not real. it's fun. You know, like how I do the stupid stuff in this show, man. I'm just having fun because this is a really fun medium to meet people of like-mindedness and talk to people that read comics. I would love to talk to people about comics, you know. Where I'm from, it's not a lot of people read comics, so I have to go online and do that stuff. But, you know, anyway, they had the, oh yeah, something that was really cool. They showed the scene with when the Loki and Sylvie were talking, and they kind of basically said that he's, you know, bisexual and stuff. So I mean, that's, you know, that's cool that for the people that want to feel represented out there, that a major character is, you know, they can relate to. That's pretty awesome, and a beloved character also. So that's cool. I mean, like, you know, I have no problem. I don't care what anything is, as long as the stories are cool. I just hope everybody feels like they're appreciated or whatever and can enjoy the stories the way that I do. Usually whenever I'm thinking it might not be, not the bad way, but maybe a wrong way. Whenever I'm reading, I don't look at like who's colored what way or this way or who's that. As long as the story's cool, I'm cool with everybody. So, but yeah, so there's a bunch of things to think about, guys. Like, where do you think the show is moving? Was Loki enchanting her? Was she enchanting him? Was the whole arc thing, since they knew it wasn't going to get off there anyway, could they made a big enough ripple to actually get the arc off of there and make a diversion, another, you know, Nexus event or whatever they're called? I don't know, man, but Loki doesn't seem too worried, you know? I think he still has that tempad, and I'm wondering if it's a little bit of both, you know, like he enchanted her a little bit, maybe she did him, I don't know, but they were both definitely trying to figure stuff out. The train scene was awesome when they got to talking, and then he sang the song. You know, it just led me to believe, because all the scenes after she touched him, it was like the mood changed, you know, and she had that one point where she screamed. The only thing that leads me to not believe the enchanting thing is him getting thrown out the window and her jumping out after him. It's like, why would they do that? They should, unless to make it, you know, more realistic to the other person. I don't know. There's a lot of holes in the theory, but it's fun to do, guys. You know what I mean? Let's have fun with this. All right, so yeah, I got this was Avengers, Hickman's Avengers, just the regular volume 3. It consists of the Avengers 2013 through 2015 issues 24 through 34. I know that's a random one. It was just I got an extra one. So once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna give this away. Also, Time Runs Out. The end of that arc is one of the best stories, and I have a volume 1 right here. This is almost a self-contained. You can know like what's been going on. You want to read all the other stuff, but you can read Time Runs Out by itself. It'll be confusing at first, but they give you enough like backstory. But this right here will be another prize given out. I'm gonna figure out what to do. Maybe for 50th subscribers, I don't know. I'd like to do something to entice people to wanna watch the show and stuff. I know I'm not here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. I'm here to give you a different perspective from a guy who hasn't read comics in forever, is just jumping back into the scene and having a lot of fun with it. But all right, guys, hope you have a great Sunday, and peace out, Buster Brown.